Hi, welcome to this session by RouteFabric.com. In today's session, we're going to talk about modules. We're going to talk about the math module and also how to get input from the user when you run your program. So if you want to import a module, at the very top of your program, you want to use the import keyword and then the name of the module. So that module contains methods and functions that you can't otherwise use, and then once you import the module, you can use them throughout your program. So some of the basic math functions that you don't need to import the math module to use are the minimum function. So let's say print minimum of 5, 15, 25, 35. And you do the same for max. You run. You get the minimum is 5, and then you get the maximum is 35 after passing it a list or a number of values. There's also the absolute value function. So if you wanted to print absolute value of negative 7.2 or negative 15.5, you run. It takes the value and it drops the sign. So the absolute value of negative 15.5 is the same number, just not negative. And then if you wanted to print 4 to the power of 3, you would do this, pow 4 comma 3, and that gives you 64 because 4 raised to the third power is 64. It's 4 times 4 times 4. So if you wanted to use some of the functions belonging to the math module, you'd have to reference them. So if you wanted to print the square root of 64, you do math.square root of 64, and it prints 8. So you don't just have to write the function, you also have to reference the module from where it's taken if it belongs to a module. Because if you don't, you'll get an error because it doesn't know where the function is coming from. So you have math.square root. There's 2 other math functions that are helpful. So you can print the ceiling of 13.7, or let's do 13.2. And then you can print the floor of 7.8. And we run. So 13.2 gets rounded to 14, whereas it would normally round to 13, and then floor of 7.8 will round to 7. It'll round down. So floor always rounds down and ceiling always rounds up. And again, you need to access the math module to use them. You can also use the math number pi using math.pi. So if you print math.pi, you get a bunch of significant digits all belonging to pi. So this is a constant, and it can be used for a lot of different calculations with math, especially like trigonometric functions. So you can also access all the trigonometric functions. There's math.cosine. There's math.sine, and there's math.tangent. There's other more complicated functions like the hyperbolic trigonometric functions. There's a lot in the math module that you can use, lots of different functions. So yeah, this is just some of the basic ones. And everything below the power, you need to import from math. And then if you wanted to take user input from the keyboard and use it, you could do this. So let's say name equals input please enter your name. And then you could print name. Or your name is plus name. So we run our program, and once the program is running, it asks us to enter our name. So I'll put my name, and then once I enter my name, it runs another line of code using my name. So with the input function, within the input function, you put the line of text you want to display, and then there will be a cursor right after that text, and then you can enter anything. You can enter a number, you can enter a string, and then you can use what's inputted in the rest of your code. So yeah, this is a basic introduction to the math module and modules in general, and also how to get input from the user keyboard. If you want to know more about that or anything else having to do with Python, you can check out our tutorials at routefabric.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.